Getting your first clients can feel like the most challenging part of starting a photography business. When I first started, I had no idea where to find clients or how to get them to trust me to take their photos. But I've learned a few key strategies that not only helped me get my first clients, but also built momentum for my business. And today I'm sharing them with you in a quick start plan. When I first started my photography business, I remember what it was like at the very beginning. I was like, where am I going to get or find my first client? Who is even going to pay me? Where are those people? I know they exist, but I don't know how to get them to book me. I thought that, if I built a website and I had a portfolio, then, the clients would just come. But, if you build it, they will come thing, that's not a thing. I quickly realized that it wasn't that easy. But after a lot of trial and error, I found some strategies that actually work. Build an introductory portfolio. One of the most intimidating parts is not having a portfolio to show potential clients. I know, it's like, how do you sell the thing without being able to show that you've done the thing before, right? You don't need a full-blown portfolio. What you need is just a few strong examples of the type of work that you can create, even if it means doing a couple of free shoots. And there's nothing wrong with doing free shoots. The problem begins when you're only doing free shoots and you never start charging, and that's a problem. So to get my portfolio going back in the day, like I said, I asked my coworkers if I could take their photos. One had been married for a couple of years, and then two others were newly engaged. And I did this because I was like, I wanted to get into wedding photography, so I needed couples in my portfolio, and they seemed like a good place to start, especially since I did not know what I was doing. And that got the ball rolling. Here's where you can take action on this. You can offer, between 3 and 5 complimentary photo shoots to build a small portfolio. And here's the thing, when you're doing free shoots, I highly recommend that you approach others and you don't do just a blanket model call where everybody can come see you because they're coming to you because they want a free photo shoot. Instead, reach out personally. If you have friends of friends that you think that, they would be perfect to add to my portfolio, ask if they would be interested in a free shoot. Now, it's not completely free in the sense that by doing their photo shoot, you're also going to ask them for feedback and a review. If they had a good experience with you, ask them to leave you a review or somewhere where they can write out what the experience, what it was like to work with you, and then you can take that snippet and add it to your website if you have one, or add it to just as social proof of what it's like, somebody's experience working with you. So then you'll use those images to showcase your skills, to just be like, okay, yes, I can take pictures and they turn out nice. You can add those to social media, you can add those to your website. And like I said, be sure to ask for a testimonial after the session. Don't make the mistake of doing a free photo shoot, delivering the photos, and calling it a day. When you're doing a free shoot, there should be an even exchange of energy. And without getting all woo-woo, I just want to say that if you're giving something, you should also be getting something in return. Since you're not getting any money for the photo shoot, for the work that you're producing, you should at the very least be able to get a testimonial, feedback, and a review from your portfolio building subject. The very first thing that I did that actually got me my very first clients was reaching out to my personal network. Now, I know this might feel awkward at first, like having to ask your friends and family, but here's why it works. People already know you and they're more likely to trust you with their photos. So here's a couple of things that you can do to take action on this step. Reach out to family, friends, coworkers, and then you can offer them a limited time deal or some kind of incentive for sending referrals your way. And then just be really specific with the type of photography that you're offering. Is it family portraits? Is it high school senior portraits? Is it newborns? Is it engagements? That sort of thing. That'll help you tailor the types of people that will be coming into your portfolio and the type of people that can book you. So I remember my very first paid photo shoot was from a friend of a friend. I think they must have posted it on Facebook because back in the day, this was like in 2008, that's where, you know, the bulk of social media lived, and hired me for, I think it was an engagement shoot. Like, it's so long ago now that I don't exactly remember. It was, you know, the most exciting thing to get that first actual booking in my business. It made me feel legit. It made me feel like, oh, okay, here's my first client. Let's go do this. This thing can actually work. Use your local community and social media. Yes. Use social media. So you don't have to rely on social media algorithms to get you clients, to find you clients. Local community groups, Facebook group, and networking events can be incredibly effective, especially when you're just starting out. When I was just starting out, I went to a lot of networking events, and honestly, I did not know how to go to a networking event. I am definitely more of an introvert. I like one-on-one conversations, and so being in a larger group, in a large group with a bunch of strangers, is especially scary. But I knew that if I wanted to grow my business, wanted to have clients, I needed to get myself out there. So here are some action steps that you can take to start finding those clients. So you can join local Facebook groups, and I know sometimes local Facebook groups can feel like photographers are a dime a dozen, or, you know, everybody's posting their work just like pick me, pick me. But you can find some gems in local Facebook groups. I know that I have, even now, just last year, a client found me when they were looking for a brand photographer for their med spa business. Also, attend local business networking events. Networking events can be clutch for a photographer, especially if you're going to a networking event that isn't all just other photographers. Having photographer friends is really important when it comes to building your business. Try to seek out networking events with other types of businesses. Find networking events where photographers aren't in large supply. That way you will become the go-to person for that group. And then of course, share your work on social media. Use Instagram, use Facebook, wherever your ideal client hangs out. Be sure to share your work so that people can see what it is that you can do. You create an intro offer. Have some kind of package that you can offer someone as like an intro deal, because you're just starting out. Because when you're just starting out, honestly, you're really practicing it a paid way. Because when you're still just figuring it out, like as a photographer, you're just constantly figuring it out. Even when you feel like you should know what you're doing, you still don't. I experience that all the time. So give people an incentive to book you. Maybe it's an introductory offer with a limited number of spots. I know I've done this when I pivoted into brand photography. So technically, I wasn't a new photographer, but I was new to brand photography, and I was like, hey, I need to build a portfolio. So I created an intro offer, and then I pitched it to a number of businesses, you know, like five or eight or something, because I knew that people would say no. And so I think 3 businesses took me up on that offer. I was like, hey, before I launch the service out into the world, I want to, you know, kind of refine my processes, build my portfolio. I think you'd be a great business to add. And when I launch this to the public, it's going to be X price. And so while I'm still in portfolio building mode, I'm going to want to offer it to you for 50% off. Like, that is a really great deal for that person. So they have less at stake in a sense. And then you're also able to build that portfolio, get some more social proof, get some testimonials, get some feedback, and make your process even better. You know, your first 5 clients, you can offer them 50% off of what you eventually want to charge. And I think it's important to include what you plan to eventually charge. So say that like goal price is $600, so maybe you're offering it at $300. That way the client can see the value that they're getting, like a really good deal and that the deal is not lasting forever. It's to build relationships. Building relationships is one of the most powerful ways to grow your client base, especially in the early stages. Referrals and word of mouth come from clients who had a great experience with you, feel connected to you, and trust you. So here are some steps that you can do to take action on this right now. So follow up with past clients and ask for a referral. Engage with people in your community, both online and offline. Provide great customer service and build strong relationships. Now, some of these things may sound super obvious, but over the years, I have heard horror stories from people who have worked with photographers in the past where either, you know, the photographer was terrible at communicating, like didn't answer their email, or took weeks, if not months, to deliver their photo, or just like were very unprofessional. So the bar feels kind of low to provide good customer service. So you can set yourself apart pretty easily if you provide a really great experience to your clients. Answer your emails, don't take forever to deliver galleries, and just treat your client how you would wish to be treated. Simple, right? I can personally speak to the fact that some of my best clients have come from referrals from my referral partners. So it's really important to build those relationships because it's really hard to build a business all by yourself. It's more fun, it's easier, it's faster to be in community, to have others to refer business out to. And it's even important to have fellow photographer friends because you're not always going to be available. I remember about 2012, I had a photographer friend of mine. Saturday morning, I get a phone call. Can you shoot this wedding for me? I never expected to get a phone call like that, but this other photographer was a good friend of mine and she was in a bind. She had a family emergency that she had to attend to. This was a family emergency. So me and two other photographer friends, we rallied to photograph this wedding for our friend who needed the help. And if we didn't have that community, I don't know what my friend would have done. Like honestly, I don't know what she would have done. But that shows the importance of what having friends, other photographer friends, other vendor friends, other small business owner friends can do to help grow your business, sustain your business, and save you when you're in a bind. Now here's that bonus tip. The fastest way to build momentum is to get others talking about your work, even if you've only done 1 or 2 shoots. You can leverage your testimonials, you can incentivize referrals. For example, one of my very first clients from way back in like 2009 referred me to 2 other people, and that was enough to get the ball rolling. What you need to start booking is to start building that momentum. It's like pushing that rock up a hill and then you get to the top and then it just starts going down. It gets easier. As you can see, landing your first client isn't about being perfect, isn't about having all your ducks in a row. It's about taking quick action, making meaningful connections. Now it's your turn. Take just one of these steps, take action towards your goal, find that first client or have that first client find you. So comment below with which action step you're gonna try out. And if this video helped, give a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe. You don't miss future videos. I'll see you next time.